Everyone, this is Aisha and welcome to our 35th Kotlin tutorial. And in this tutorial, I'll be talking about the loops or the while loop in Kotlin programming language. So in Kotlin programming language, the while loop is quite similar to that of Java while loop. We have while keyword, we have the condition, and we have the body of the while loop. So a loop is actually used to execute a number of statements or a block of statements a number of times. So on the basis of this condition, we enter into the body of the loop and then this body is executed a number of times. So here you can see that we have the flow chart of while loop. First of all, the control is transferred to the condition. If the condition is true, we are in the body of the loop, and then again we are going back to the condition, and this condition is evaluated. If this is true, we are in the body of the loop, again the condition is evaluated, and so on. But what if the condition becomes false? If the condition becomes false, then the control is transferred outside the while loop. So now let's create a simple example. First of all, I'm going to create a variable, the counter variable, for example j of integer type, and I'm going to initialize it to 0. So in the while loop, first of all, you need to initialize your variable to some value from where your execution of the statements will be started. So now we will have the keyword while, and here it should be noted that the value of this j will be changed. So I'm going to use the var keyword here. If you use val keyword, then you cannot change the value of j. So now while, then we will have the condition while j is smaller than 5. So now this loop will be executed till j becomes 5. Then we will have the body of the while loop. So I'm going to write print line, you are using while loop, and then we will have the increment operator, so j plus plus. Now what we did, we have a variable j, we have the counter variable j, and it is initialized at 0. So now inside the body, inside the while loop, we have a condition. If j is smaller than 5, which is true, so the control will enter into the body, and we have this message printed on the output screen. Then after this message, the value of j will be incremented. So this expression actually means j equals j plus 1. So an increment of 1 is made to the value of j, and the result is stored in j. So again, now the value of j becomes 1. So now again the control is transferred to while loop, and 1 is compared with 5, which is obviously true. 1 is smaller than 5. So the statements of the while loop is executed. Now let's take another example in which I'm going to find the sum of the values of j. So you need to create a variable sum of integer type, and I'm going to initialize it to 0 again. So now I can write sum equals sum plus j. So initial value of sum is 0 and j is 0. So 0 plus 0 equals 0. So sum at first iteration is 0. Then the value of j will be incremented. We will write j plus plus. When the value of j is incremented, the value becomes 1. 1 is smaller than 5. The control is entered into the body of while loop, and now the value of j is 1 and sum was 0. So 1 plus sum equals 1, and so on. So this is how you can calculate the sum of the values of this variable, this counter variable. Now outside the while loop, I'm going to print the variable sum of numbers equal the dollar symbol, and then we will have the name of the variable, which is sum. Run. And you can see here the sum equals 10. So in the first iteration, j is 0, sum is 0, so we will have 0 stored in this variable sum. In the next iteration, sum is 0 but j is 1 now, because we have incremented the value of j. So this is how you can use the while loop in Kotlin programming language to execute a number of statements, a specified number of times on the basis of a condition. So that's it for this tutorial. Thank you guys for watching the video, and I'll see you in the next tutorial.